Hello YouTube and welcome back to Allie's Wonderland Creations. I am Alice Seraphin and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. Well, this is the second attempt at recording this video. Excuse me. So this is my Paper Pumpkin Alternative video number 5 for October's 2022 Ho 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 Paper Pumpkin. We are using the add-on gift bags in this video. So before we get started, I want to show you this. This is the information for my Christmas card exchange 2022. Email addresses to aliceseraphin1969@gmail.com by November 25th, 2022. If you want to participate. List of participants will be emailed back on November 28th, 2022. Only rule is it must be a handmade card. Any products. The difference between an exchange and a card swap is when you exchange cards, you are mailing them to the participant's address yourself. And you can write in them. It is totally up to you. So let me show you what the kit entailed. So this was the Paper Pumpkin instructions. And yep, you know I haven't made not one of these as they are. So it's just kind of how I roll. This is the flyer for next month's Paper Pumpkin from the North Pole kit, and it coordinates with this set. And ta-da! North Pole Sacks add-on. This is what we are using. We're not making that. We are just using the little gift bags. And here they are. There is a dozen in this little package. Great little projects. So I'm going to show you a few that I made with just playing around. This was using the Peaceful Deer. Same layout. Identical layouts, just different stamp sets. This was using the Cottage Wreath dies and stamp set. This Tis the Season to Be Jolly is from our Paper Pumpkin stamp set. What am I going to put in them? Well, you could put candy. I plan on sticking gift tags. Note cards would fit in here. I don't have any at the moment, but I think I need to buy some because that would make some cute little gifts. So let me show you the project we're going to make today. This great little card here. And like I said, this is my second attempt. These trees are from the Peaceful Deer, and we're going to be using those. So let's get started with what we need to do. Well, here is, this was like so in our kit, and took the frame apart. You were supposed to just use this, and this was just extra, but we are using it. So I took my Bermuda Bay. We're going to flip it over and redo this. Loading up my blending brush. And this is one of Stampin' Up's blending brushes. Yes. I don't know why it doesn't have Stampin' Up's name on it. But anyways, here we go. We are going to cover the entire. It's easier for me to flip it around and start from the other end then. Now on one end of this, we are going to make it darker, and I'm going to go with this end just because. And we're going to start darkening up the sides and the top. And I like where I'm at. We are mimicking, where's the flyer? This piece here. See, this was the white border frame. This was an insert piece. It's also on the envelopes. This is what we're kind of mimicking. And we have it done. So we're going to put that aside. And we're going to set this aside because now that white frame, I used my blend, my dark cherry cobbler, and I'm going to do the reverse side, even though you can see most of it. I simply took it. It took me 2 times over it by doing this. I'm not going to do twice on this side because the other side is already done. But I didn't like the white sticking out there. Make sure you get all of it covered. Now I have front and back. But that's all I did, and I went over it twice. I really like just doing long streaks. Come on, go into its case. It only goes on there one way. So that's how we did this. Looks like we got a little bleeding. Might have to go over the top of this. This is going to be really dark, y'all. It's going to be great. So just darkening, evening that up. And we're going to set that aside, but we're not done with that blend yet. This is the Mary. Now, I can show you. I'd have to get another one out. It is two-toned. It is cherry cobbler and, hold on, I'll show you. This is what it looked like. And this is what we were using. So it was two-toned. Didn't care for that on the card. So I took my blend and I just rubbed over it. And actually this works because it really could have used, this would be its third coating of ink here. But nice and dark. I just like the look of it better. Ties into the frame. So there we have it. We're going to set those aside and we are going to work on, I just lost it. I just lost my pieces here. Okay, so we have our border, our sky, our Mary is done. This is our envelope and our other little piece from the kit here and here. Okay, just wanted to show you what you're working with. So I'm going to set those aside, making sure I get this going the correct way, which is this way. You could do it sideways, but I didn't ink it up that way. I inked it up to go this way, and I want to make sure it stays that way. First thing I'm going to do is bring in my Memento. Okay, I'm like, oh, where did that go to now? So here we have our Memento Black. We are going to stamp Santa in his darling little reindeer. Thank you, Stamping Up, for this stamp. Gotta love it. So here we go. I'm going to hold it down a second, letting that black ink soak into the paper a bit, because I want a beautifully dark image, and I love it, love it, love it. Next, we are taking Bermuda Bay on Bermuda Bay, and we're using these little tiny snowflakes from the Peaceful Deer. And we are just going to come in. I think we'll go here. I've just changed it up a bit. Ooh, I like that. Okay. Definitely looks like falling snow. And next we're bringing in those trees. All three from the Peaceful Deer. And we're bringing in the shaded spruce. And if you're wondering where on earth is she getting these color combinations, I'll show you right here. Coordinating Stamping Up colors. It says Bermuda Bay, Cherry Cobbler, Cum Cake, Early Espresso, Shaded Spruce, Sweet Sorbet, and Very Vanilla. So we are using the shaded spruce on our trees. We're going to start with our trio of trees, and we are going to stamp and then stamp again, not re-inking. So I want to move that aside. So here's one stamping of the trees. Now I'm going to come up and go a little to the side and stamp again. Now I'm going to repeat that on the opposite side. So stamping once, bringing it up and stamping it again. It just gives you the illusion of trees in the background. So next we're coming in with the duo, the two little trees, and we are going to stamp that next to this one and then up like so. So we are going to stamp and then bring it up here, filling in that space. Next, I'm bringing in the little mini duo, and we are going to go right here and then next to it, and then I'm going to stamp off and go next to it like so. And I can see where I missed a bit on here. It's still on my ink, so I'm gonna stamp up, stamp off, and just fill in a little bit. Stamp off, gotta equal that out on the other side. So that, my friends, is our scene. And that is all. Now we can put this quickly together. So how did I do this? Well, I started, how I lined it up, I started with this strip, and I'm going to stick a bead of glue right here, and that is going to rest right in between that pattern. So you will need to trim just a bit off, and I'm needing to get the glue down, and it's my little tube here. So just going to put little dabs of my glue, and I'm going to run this in the center as best I can. And should I bring you down further? Yes, let's bring you down a bit. All right, so you can see these little lines here. I'm just trying to maneuver it. And I told you we're going to need a little snipping of it off. There you go. So I can scoot up a little bit more now so you can get a better idea. So we're going to now put this, and I put this on with dimensionals, which are in my drawer. So let's get these out. I am just going to stick 3. 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to stick them actually on the strip itself. And then I'm going to stick this, center it as best I can. And then we're going to glue Mary down. I need to fill up my glue bottle. You can see all that cherry cobbler ink. It's alcohol based. It does bleed through the cardstock a bit, but it does the job and it looks great. Now we're going to put Mary on there like so. Yes, love it. Okay, next we are going to place our border. And if you can see this, you see the snowflakes, there's a break in the center of the snowflakes. That helps you to line this up. Believe it or not, it really does help me anyways. So I'm getting it between this line break in the pattern and this line there. It's almost so perfect all the way around. I can hardly tell which is the front and which was the back. It worked really well, that blend on this little frame. Some of you wonder if I do make, sometimes I make the projects just as they are. I am going to an event on November 6th, and we're going to be using this kit, and I'll be doing some cards just as they are. So next we need dimensionals, and we only need 5. We don't need to, you know, douse this thing. Ah, that one does not want to come off. There we go. Ah. Just make the number 5 like a die on there. And this, my friends, is almost done. By the way, I am doing a craft bazaar at the Silverdale Methodist Church, United Methodist Church in Silverdale, Washington, on November 11th and 12th, my daughter and myself. So come by and see me if you're in the area. I'd love to know what you were up to. Ah, don't want it crooked. I want it straighter than that. That is so darn sweet. So there it is, but it's not finished, okay? Gotta put a little sparkle in this. So now I'm taking the Stickles glittery, gluey stuff. You could use the shimmery crystal effects, which I cut the nozzle off of mine so far down that it comes out in big glue blobs, so I can't use that. So I had to go with this, which was in my drawer. So that is my project. You can see there it is. I absolutely love it. Am I going to make more? You know it. I'm going to be making quite a bit of these. So you get to see that one and these two using a little different products. And oh, we need some bling. Yes, these are from I found these under my desk. These will be great. These are opal rounds, and they fell underneath my filing cabinet, which I had to move. That is going to add just a bit right there. So, do I like them? Yeah, I love them. I'm glad they came back. I was wondering what happened to them. And that is my project for today. If you enjoyed this project, would you let me know? Make a comment if you have time, or give me a thumbs up. Help me grow my channel, and I appreciate all of your comments, and especially you supporting this channel. And I hope to see you again in my wonderland. Bye bye now.